Happy Life Day for us fundamentals. Today we
Ayo.
discuss all the Marvel trailers from D23, Thunderbolts, Captain America, Brave New World, Penguin finale, Samuel L. Jackson coming back to Star Wars, and as Denzel Washington coming to the next Panther project. Find all this out today as we discuss it on Fundamentals. Hey,
Ayo.
Yes, sir.
let's talk about this giveaway.
Yeah.
We are giving away a Marvel Legends Red Skull autographed by Ross Marquand himself. To enter to win, just have to follow our YouTube channel. The more you comment on our videos, the better your chance of winning is. Once we reach 1,000 subscribers, we will pick a random winner and ship it straight to you.
Woo-hoo.
Oh, yeah.
You gonna get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
And this one.
A lot of you that are returning viewers every week have not subscribed to our channel. So what are you doing? Hit subscribe right now so you can get notified every time we upload a new video or short.
Do it. Help us
Hey,
out.
how's it going?
Oh,
Man.
it's just not the same. It's just so not the
Right,
same
right.
without you guys here. I miss you guys.
Oh my god.
Man, we
After
miss you.
after like last week all being in the same studio, I'm like, I don't want to go back. I never want to go back. Like
Yeah.
I wasn't ready.
He wasn't ready.
I sat in front of my studio today. And I was like, no, pineapples. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Yeah, uncomfortable.
God.
So y'all ready to kick this off with some Marvel media?
Yeah.
Get it.
So my God, these trailers are just beautiful, and I really hope, and I have high hopes that these trailers aren't like all the great scenes of the movie, and you know how you come across movies like that. But
Yep.
man, I tell you what, every teaser and every more next trailer we get that comes out,
Mm.
they are bringing it. Thunderbolts, I've always been super excited about, but I've seen a lot of people like on the fence, online, and like I've been hearing a lot of people that are like, this last trailer, it's winning people over. So
Yeah.
oh my gosh! So here's a quick scene we get from it. But man, the scene of them fighting, we get to see Bucky pull some Terminator actions off. But my God, this trailer looks so good, so good.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're fighting down in New York, close to the Avengers Tower, like on the
Hmm.
streets and stuff. So it's just kind of really, really, really cool, and even more so where you're like they're truly in the shadows of the Avengers. They're in the old Avengers Tower. They're having a battle scene where the Battle of New York was taken with the Avengers. Uh,
Yeah. I
one
love
thing that
in this trailer we actually got to hear Val finally say like, "Oh, it was hard to get this tower, but we fucking did it." Like I was
yeah,
just like, I
and
knew it.
who called it? Who called it?
Your
That
girl
girl.
called
Yeah, girl.
it.
Yeah, girl.
But I am still not sold that it's her that purchased it. I feel like she's working with someone that got it for her.
Oh yeah, no, I mean we know that she's the head of the company of name I forgot.
Well, she's just part of the CIA, isn't she?
No, she's a
Oh,
part of a good actual different company. I don't know. It's fine.
okay.
Google is your friend.
Yes.
And it's
I'm so
free.
sorry. Yeah, it's for free. um, but yeah, she's a head of a different corporation. It
Mhm.
starts with an O. That's all I can remember. I said it on a different past episode, so if you guys didn't tune into that one, like definitely check it out. Um, but yeah,
Let's hear y'all's
when we
thoughts on
first talked
the
about
trailer, though.
it, it looks badass.
Yeah.
I really am excited for it. I was always excited for Thunderbolts and the little asterisk to see like what happens and what's gonna happen. I don't think that this is one of those trailers that's like all the best scenes are in this trailer footage. I
Uh-huh.
definitely do think that it's going to be action packed, and I hope so at least. At least from the trailer, that's what I'm gathering from it. So I'm excited. I like the trailer, and I really am excited to see what happens next. What about you, Deontay? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm ready for that runtime to be released because I know it's going to be at least
Mm,
like a 2 hour movie and it's going to be
better be.
PG-13, of course. Maybe push boundaries a little bit. We could maybe dabble with R, but I doubt Feige has that in the playbook. So uh,
Mm.
either way, I like seeing people get their necks broken. So Century, I'm talking about you. Break some necks in this movie We all know Bob is about to go to work. So
Do you think that he's going to be a villain in this?
I'm hoping so. Like, it looks like we're set up to see like the Void make his debut instead of Sentry. So this is going to be interesting to how they resolve this issue and all the rumors about the different synopsis that's come out, saying that they'll all have to team up together to like collar him up and deactivate his powers. Or
Yeah.
so I'm interested to see where this goes.
Yeah, I am too. Honestly, also here's one other thing. Like we have so many scenes with everybody fighting and different things that we see when they're in that that building where they find Sentry. And honestly, we kind of get a view from where it's out, like in the middle of Utah. And I think it's at the bottom, that scene in Utah, that building like up on that butte. I really think that's probably in the bottom of that, because where else would you rather do testing and try to grow the perfect superhero for America that's super dangerous and out in the middle of Utah where there's nothing. So if there is a giant explosion,
you got places in Nevada that's out in the middle of nowhere, I'm just saying.
But then kind of like that same scenario with Nevada, and the military, like you can blame it on, training exercises, if something blew up. But
I don't know what you're talking about.
but there's a theory online that you don't see Taskmaster in a whole lot of these, right? So you do get to see her like when they're all fighting against each other in this one scene, but that's about all it shows her in this trailer. So there's a rumor that Taskmaster probably dies somewhere in this.
Oh.
And that maybe that's why there's not so many scenes to show of her in it, is because like maybe at the beginning there's going to be like that one battle scene, and she one of those that gets killed right off the bat.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Obviously, we know how easily that can go. We also know they could be keeping her off the screen because there could be even a bigger reveal that we have no clue about. But at the same time, Marvel is not biggest about killing people off, until like the long game. So I don't know. Maybe they are going to keep it a little bit more on edge, and I hate to even say this, but give us a little bit of the Suicide Squad deal where boom, right off the bat we get death. I don't know.
You mean death, like Lady Death, like Rio? I'd be here for that.
I'm okay with that. Yeah, I am okay with that. Not where I was going, but I would go that direction. But no, I don't know. But man, these scenes look so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
I love the darker, gritty tone. Yeah, I'm here for it. My God, I'm here for it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So speaking of other trailers, we got Captain America: Brave New World, and let me tell you, the more and more we get to see of Red Hulk here, I mean, look at the fire in his eyes. It's the only picture I pulled up for today as we're talking about it. But there's also like in the comics, the Red Hulk, he emitted heat, and his big thing was he create fires and stuff. And I honestly did not expect the MCU, because they alter and change things, and so I really did not expect them to maybe necessarily do a Hulk that emits heat and it creates fire. Because I'm like, they may not do that. But
no, you got to see his hand go down. Yeah,
his
and
hand
then you
goes
see
on
like
that cloth. You see the embers and it start to catch fire. I'm like, oh. And then like you just look in the eyes, like the close up of his eyes. I mean, like they are glowing fire red. But like
I love the comic accurate poster that they also came out with during D23 Brazil, where you see the Red Hulk punching the shield. I thought that was pretty cool because like it's part of the comics. Sorry to cut you off real quick, because I was just like, there's one other thing that I was like, this is
Keep
great.
going, please.
No, this is it. This is the peak of my excitement for this, because I think that this is one of. So based off of the first footages of people watching this movie and how they're like, it ain't great, and then realizing that, like, I just think that they really just pulled different pieces of like the good parts of the movie and then just put it into the trailer where everybody's not hyped up about it.
Yeah, I mean, I've been hearing that, but at the same time, I'm still going to keep high hopes. Because at the end of the day, unlike DC, Marvel doesn't let you down near as much as DC does. So I can actually go into theater with high hopes. And if it still don't quite deliver, I still not be the most upset. To where DC, I just walk in and I'm like, meh. I'm like, meh. But yeah. But
Oh God.
but anywho, I don't know. I think it looks good. I am worried that because Giancarlo Esposito, his character was completely reshot and just to throw his
Mhm.
character in there, so it
Yeah.
was not even a part of the original shooting and script. But
We did see him in
but
this trailer though, with the Serpent Society on the back,
well,
like the little
yeah,
emblem.
yeah, uh-huh. So like
Yeah.
one thing I have to say though, like is one good thing about Kevin Feige and Marvel is they do listen to the internet. They listen to us YouTubers. They listen to Reddit, and maybe these reshoots, maybe bringing him in, this is Marvel just learning and adapting and hearing, all of the fans out there to actually make a better show. And it's not going to be like some things we've seen in the past, which here's the thing, there's nothing perfect out there. You're going
Yeah.
to have ebb and flow in anything, but maybe this is them, evolving and listening. And maybe this is going to be one of those first projects we see with major reshoots that we're just like, oh my God, I'm so glad they did these reshoots. So
I
I don't
know that
know.
I'm gonna be happy that they reshot things, but Jamie's in the comments saying that she's psyched for it. So who knows? Deontay,
Shout
are
out to
you?
Jamie. Huh?
Are you excited for the Brave New World stuff?
I'm ready for this fight between Red Hulk and Sam because that's probably gonna break the internet. Like people
Mm,
reviewing it and like
mhm.
he's using his like razor sharp wings to cut through a whole car. I'm like,
Yeah.
That was a
dude,
sick scene. That was a sick
yeah,
scene. And everybody's saying that that's probably his new adamantium suit that came from Tiamat.
Yeah.
Because, and plus, where else would this man get this kind of balls to fight a Red Hulk when you ain't no super soldier? So
But there is that
right,
theory that he does have it now because
I
of how
know.
like more outgoing that he is and how like dangerous and he's like devil care kind of thing. I can't remember the exact saying
Yeah.
for that, but
Well,
um
I will say this. Like, I know a lot of people are like, we don't want him to take it because that goes against who he is. You know what? I think Sam can still be a freaking great guy. Give this man that
yeah.
serum. Give that man the
Yeah.
serum. I want to see Sam just and go on. That's what I want to see.
yeah. I'm
I
very interested in that. Like I made the prediction like a while back on
Hmm.
this show that
You did.
Sam was gonna 1v1 Red Hulk and win. Like a lot of people are just like, nah, he's gonna need backup or he's just gonna get his shit tossed and blah blah blah. No, he's going to win, and it's gonna be it's gonna be you're gonna be on the edge of your seat the entire fight. You're gonna see him pull stunts that Captain America has never done before,
Hmm.
yeah.
and he's just gonna figure out how to de-transform President whatever his name,
Ross.
Thunderbolt Ross,
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
to his normal self. So
So do
Yeah.
you want to see him without the serum? You want to make sure he don't take it still?
I wouldn't mind. Like my personal preference,
Mhm.
like he stays that way, but he uses the right tech to help him fight.
Okay. I'll say at the end of the day, I'm not gonna lie. So like, I think that's probably the right way they need to go about it for Sam's character. I do, but I straight want to see this dude on some serum too. I ain't gonna lie, because like Jamie kind of said, like this movie is probably mainly about him proving himself with not
Hmm.
needing this serum,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and more than likely that's 100% what this is. But I'm like, you know what? We got that Falcon Winter Soldier. He proved himself. Give this man some juice right now. Like,
That man can hit pretty hard, but you give him that serum, those punches gonna
yeah.
be.
I mean, like Steve Rogers was a great guy too, but we still wanted to see him with serum.
Yeah. You see, like Steve Rogers suplex people and drop kick the dog shit out of damn near every one of his opponents. So it's like, whoa.
Yeah, for sure.
I think
Uh,
that like we're gonna see in this movie that like Sam is like, all right, well, like I I've proved myself enough that I feel like it's time. And I think that in the middle of it is when he's gonna like take it. Um
yeah,
and he's gonna actually become like, the actual Captain America
yeah.
is my thoughts
Hey, if
anyway.
y'all don't mind, continue on just a quick couple of minutes about this because there is something detrimental that I did not, very important that I did not pull up that I have to get an image of for our next topic. So
Okay.
All
Yeah,
right.
no
yeah,
problem.
and, like I am not about to have this not be on a picture of this not be on our
If
screen.
I think what it is, like you
Yeah,
better. You
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
better.
yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
But like, so while I was watching this like trailer and then watching the new rock stars kind of like break it down, I was
Mm,
really excited to see that they really talked about the cherry blossoms. If y'all don't know, Tay has
mhm.
cherry blossoms tattooed on her.
Hey.
It's so it's in DC where they have these cherry blossoms because you get to see the reflection pool. And I've been to DC so many times in my life that it's just so much of an homage to kind of like my childhood.
Mhm.
Um, but like to see like the bright pink flowers just like in full bloom, and the fact that they are like going to be releasing this in February, like a couple of
That
weeks
perfect time.
after. Yes, because
Yes.
they're going to have an inauguration during like this during the Brave New World.
Hmm.
So now realizing in real life,
Right.
IRL, right? Like we are
Yeah.
also going to have
Right.
an inauguration happen quite
Yeah.
soon.
The cherry
Um,
blossoms are so beautiful too. Like that
yeah,
scene, like that's filmed in that
yeah,
trailer. I'm not gonna like, man, just the colors and the definition and just the way it's shot and like however they shoot it, whatever filter, and stuff. Like to me, it's like it's beautiful.
yeah,
Yeah. This is like a big piece of Japan right here in America, and I absolutely
Hmm.
love them.
yeah.
Man.
Uh, and one thing I have to say, one more thing about Red Hulk is like just how much and I feel like they've captured Harrison Ford in the Red Hulk more than they've captured Mark Ruffalo in the Green Hulk. Like it is
Yeah.
wild. Like I mean, like because Harrison Ford's known for his great chest hairs, right? Like in all of
Yeah.
his movies, back from Indiana Jones, Air Force One, like all these movies, he's just known that that's just who he is, and for some reason they always show that on film. And they
Mm.
they went as far to throw the gray chest hairs on the Hulk, but then also
Yeah.
like if you look at his teeth when he's like,
Teeth. Yeah, it's a little
yeah,
bit fucked up, like in the
yeah,
front. Yeah.
they said, like, they actually shot his teeth, and then the people who threw the CGI together, like, literally mimicked his actual real teeth. Right, yeah,
Yeah,
right
dude.
there.
Right there.
Yeah.
I'm
Right
like,
fucking there.
but even the facial features, like, oh, like, they catch so much of him, like, I'm so happy with the CGI Hulk. Way better than, Scar, but
Man.
oh, man.
Scar. Oh my lord.
Yeah. Yeah, like Chad Hulk or whatever his name was on She-Hulk, like, that Hulk even looked better than Scar Hulk, and that was a joke of a Hulk. But,
Whew.
but,
Bad decisions.
oh, man, for real. But, next trailer, we had was What If Season 3. Uh,
Uh-oh.
and man, one last watch. Let this I'm not ready for this to be the last season because I have thoroughly enjoyed the What If. And I feel like if they wanted to, that this is a series that they could go on and on and on about. But obviously, I think they're being smart for whatever plans they have going on, and maybe this is one of those things where we've seen in the past where too many seasons run too long of things. So they're like, mid hype, let's just kill it mid hype, bring out another
No,
project. But
Yeah.
I feel like
I
What
like
If,
some more.
yeah, well, I feel like What If is like X-Men 97, and X-Men from the early 90s. You could probably
Yeah,
do this for a decade and nobody would be
yeah,
mad.
yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, we have the spin-off of the Marvel Zombies that's coming out in October
This is true.
of
This is
next
true.
year.
Yes.
So we know that we're getting those 4 episodes. So it's kind of like a
Uh,
continuation of a breakaway.
true, true.
So I'd be excited to see if they get like cohorty or
Uh,
just the different variants of the different characters that we have
yeah.
gotten from this. Like if we get to homage it, like
Mhm.
we saw Captain Carter for the first time on What If, and then
Yes.
we got to see her again in real life, IRL, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
In the Multiverse of Madness. And a lot of people don't like that movie, but there was a lot of cool things that we got, like the Illuminati,
Oh, yeah.
because
Well, I
we
mean,
got
here's
like,
the thing to me about Multiverse of Madness is it was a good movie minus
mm,
the music battle. That's just my personal opinion. But, yeah. But, but, like, it was not what anybody expected, because when you have a name like Multiverse of Madness, you expect a lot of multiversal stuff, and
mm,
I think even though it wasn't what we expected, I still think it was a solid movie. I just wish it would've been titled different, because
mm,
I'm like, "Don't use the title Multiverse when you're just gonna be lacking this much in multiverse." But anywho,
okay,
yeah.
okay. To each
But,
their own, I
yeah.
liked it.
But
Unpopular opinion.
yeah. No,
It-
I liked it. It's just wish it would have been titled differently because, like, it's a
Hmm.
solid movie. Like, it's a fun, solid movie. I just don't think it should have been Multiverse of Madness. But
Okay.
Yeah.
He should have just borrowed a name from like a real Doctor Strange storyline. Like most
Yeah.
directors do this. So you could have just used a real storyline.
Yeah. But like I said, I'm not mad about the story. I just
Mhm.
I just threw I think the main people that people don't like it, it's not even necessarily that it was bad. I think it wasn't what they thought it was going to be because of the title name. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but Tay, you want to tell us your favorite part of the What If trailer?
Yes.
I feel like this is, you should be the one that delivers this.
So there was a lot of great things that we got to see in this. We know it's coming out on December 22nd. We know it's going to be 8 episodes. Like, it's great. I'm excited for it. The
Mhm.
biggest thing that I have been talking about for over a year now is Storm, my girl Storm, the girl that I've cosplayed as, wielding Mjolnir. I am so happy this is finally happening. It is comic accurate. She is the goddess of thunder. I can go on and on about like how I
Beautiful.
have been waiting for this. I have been waiting for this for such a long time. I mean, like I found out about it. Let me be
Mhm.
honest, because again, I said I don't read comics, right? So I didn't know about it until like probably about a year and a half ago, when I was on a previous podcast and I had done like a X-Men Heroes
Mm,
episode, and I got to actually talk about Storm. And Storm has always been my favorite, and I had never known that she actually had wielded Mjolnir. So to actually get to find that out and then have these theories that Blake and I literally talked about this 2 weeks ago. I'm not even
it was
joking. Where
wild
I
the
was just
timing. It was so
Yeah.
wild.
yeah, because we almost talked about it on our live, or not on our live, but like on the past podcast where we were
Mm,
all together in Vegas. I was like, oh man, we should bring it up, but we couldn't find anything. We couldn't find anything except for like this one
it was
person
like,
from like
eh.
comicbook.com or whatever, and it was just like, hey, there's like a rumor that Storm is going to be in it, and I was like, bro, if she's Storm with Mjolnir, I am going to cry when I see this scene. And I got to see it in the trailer. You get
Mhm.
to see it in the one more watch like
Yes. And that letter,
poster
the
that they
R.
have.
Yeah.
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 Uh
There's just
I'm
a
just so
long
happy.
list of stuff going on in this trailer. It's just like
Yeah.
all these different appearances. Howard the Duck is back.
And
Mm,
him and Darcy.
Yeah.
yeah.
We get
Yeah.
Kate Bishop in a cowboy hat, which is basically
Yeah.
Yes,
CGI Haley
yes,
With
Steinfeld.
Shang-Chi.
Oh
Shang-Chi
my
that's also cowboy with her. So
yes,
like
yes.
are they
god.
teaming up? Like
Well,
is this
there's
where
an
we're
area
going
where you
with
see like
that?
him like diving in and out of a lot of ropes. So it's like him. I think it's him fighting his sister too. So like you want to
Mm,
get
Yeah.
her in there, And another reason that just popped in my head actually as we're talking about this, that it's probably why maybe they're stopping after season 3. It's just the cost of actually bringing the live action actors in to voice these characters. Which I'm not going to lie, when it comes to them doing that, and because this is canon, I mean with the MCU, to me, it just makes these animations that much more greater when you're getting the exact same voice from live action series. Speaking of which tops off Storm to be even better is Allison Seeley Smith, who is the one that voices Storm in the X-Men 90s series, and 97 is the one voicing Storm in What If. Like, ooh,
literally chills.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
Yeah.
I literally just got
Ooh.
goosebumps. Like,
Yeah,
it is so
same.
amazing and awesome that Marvel brought her on board to do this, and it's so well deserved. So well deserved. And like they're going out with a bang with this season to end.
Man, the
Yeah.
only thing that would have made this sweeter is if they would have done this like the first 2 seasons. Like, give us some mutants. Like, right now, you're about to
Mhm,
give us the debut of an Omega level mutant
mhm.
in
Mm,
a Marvel MCU TV series. And
yeah.
I'm spoiled rotten now, but if you would have came out swinging with like Gambit and like
Yeah,
in Rogan
Yeah.
season 2, oh
mhm.
my god,
Well, this is
I
where I
think
think Marvel, though, is just giving us another bait to just pump up the mutant thing. Because, like, if
yeah.
you
yeah,
notice, they keep giving us those breadcrumbs, right? And I think this is
Mm,
just we're gonna give you another giant morsel of breadcrumb to build
yeah.
up to what going to after Secret Wars. And
A
so, like,
whole ass crumb.
yeah, yep,
mm-hmm.
that's what I think. It's just another crumb to add on that trail.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I do definitely think that like Deadpool and Wolverine definitely started this kind of like we've all been like wanting it to happen for a
uh-huh.
while, and we finally got to see some of it in Deadpool and Wolverine, and that broke the licensing, right? Where they
Yes.
can now like use different people with the licenses, which I think is why we're at where we are at now.
Mhm.
And we do know that we are eventually going to get more, because during D23 in Brazil, Feige, he did say, I was going to say Kaigi because Kevin and Feige together is
Kevin
Kaigi.
Feige.
The Kaigi.
Feige.
But anyway, Feige did say that that like the X-Men are coming to the
Mhm.
MCU, and
Yeah.
we know it's going to eventually happen. We're just all now waiting on the edge of our seats, like waiting for it to happen. Also, good morning, Tempachi.
Yes. Yeah. Good
That's what I'm
morning.
talking about. What's going on, Pachi?
Also, by the way, for any of you that don't know, I'm sure everybody knows. Anybody follows our socials, we try to keep everybody to date on as much things that we come across, daily. But Deadpool Wolverine's also now out for on Disney Plus as of 5
Yes.
days ago. So, and
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all seen the clip that Ryan Reynolds filmed with him and Leslie Uggams, Blind Owl, where they're
Yeah,
sitting on
we
the
go
With
to
the
couch.
popcorn
He's got
bucket?
the popcorn bucket.
Sir.
Oh my
Sir.
god, I died. I freaking died. And at first, I'm not gonna lie. So at first, when the commercial or the preview or little promo footage started, I'm like, oh, maybe this is what they were filming when we talked about a couple weeks ago.
And I looked for a Christmas tree, and there was not a Christmas
Right,
tree,
so
so it's
it's
not.
still not that it. Yes, that's
Ow.
exactly what I did too. I looked in the background for like Christmas decorations. Like, nope. We still got
Nope.
something coming.
Yep.
Whew. But yeah, I died. I'm like, that's messed up. What did he say? He's like, welcome to Disney Plus.
Yeah.
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 I'm like,
Oh
y'all
man.
are so wrong.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
god.
good.
So one thing that a person that has been rumored to come into the MCU, a lot of people's like, oh, he doesn't need to be in the MCU. This ain't his style of things. And I think he actually mentioned that he wouldn't in the past. He has no interest in coming into the MCU. But now, I'm pretty sure it's like everything but confirmed, right? Like pretty much confirmed, but not officially by Marvel, right? I mean,
For
it was.
what?
Huh? Oh, not that
What?
guy. Yeah, Red Hulk. We're going back to these chest hairs for Harrison
Oh,
Ford. Let me
shit.
tell you.
Yeah.
No, my guy, Denzel Washington, Black Panther project.
Okay.
That's pretty much confirmed, wasn't it?
He
Like
said
now,
it in an interview. Like
that's what I
he
say.
was
Like,
doing
yeah,
an interview for Gladiator 2, which is coming
right.
out, I think, very soon. Yeah. Or it might already be out. I don't know. I can't remember with that movie.
No.
Because
It's
I've
not out yet.
okay, cool.
My ass would be in seat if it was out already.
Yeah, I think it's this Friday it comes out.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he said it during an interview, like he pretty much was just talking about the fact that he is pretty much done with acting. Like he's
Mhm.
retiring. And he's like, but before I retire, there's like a couple of things that I have to do. He started out his acting career with Othello, which is like a Shakespearean type thing.
Right.
So he started out his career with that, and he's going to end his career with that. Just as like a different character as like the older, I guess. I don't really know much about Othello, I'm going to be honest. But the one that I was excited about was the fact that he talked about the fact that Ryan
Coogler.
Coogler,
Yep.
Coogler. It's fun to say. But anyway, he's literally running a
Yeah.
part for him in Black Panther 3, and why this is so important to me and to really everybody out there
Yeah,
that
anybody.
cares.
Oh yes.
Chadwick Boseman, before he died in 2020, he had said that Denzel Washington actually paid for some of his acting school out of his own pocket, and Chadwick had said there would have been like no Black Panther without Denzel.
Mhm.
So it's a really cool homage that we're ending like Denzel Washington's career pretty much also with like Black Panther. And I don't really know what they're going to be doing after this with Black Panther.
Right.
We'll see. We have like Eyes of Wakanda and everything that still is yet to come out. That we'll see some stuff, but this is like Black Panther 3. We don't even have a date for this. We don't really know what else is happening with this because they're still just writing it.
Right.
But I think it's really cool that like Denzel Washington is coming to Black Panther 3 to pay homage to Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah. It just. Yeah. Whew. I got chills
Wholesome.
just hearing that. I ain't gonna lie.
Yes.
I love that. Go ahead.
So right out the gate, already knowing that he is being casted for a peculiar role, unfortunately, he's going to be a temporary character in the MCU.
Right.
So I'm out the gate already guessing that he's going to be the villain for Black Panther 3. And he's probably going to wind up getting killed off, which is unfortunate because a lot of people fan casted him to be the MCU's Magneto when the mutants come, and it's just like
he was also fan casted and heavy rumored to be an older Prime King variant too. And I'm not gonna lie, that was the train I was on because like there's some artwork out there with Denzel like in King uniform as like a Prime older King that's supposed to be like the peak, strongest King out there. And man, that artwork, whoo, it looks so good. And like so many people's like, that's not the type of roles he do, and I'm like, he could do it though. Like Denzel, like I don't think I've ever seen a bad movie with Denzel in it. Like, anyways, I'm just glad that he's actually coming into MCU, and I think it's like you were talking about, amazing that he's kind of ending his career on this and doing the homage. It's like it's for people who love Denzel in general, this is awesome for us. But then to do the homage to Chadwick is like it just cherry on top of a sundae.
Yeah, and his character in Equalizer isn't that far off from Magneto's personality or Kane. So he just needs to play like a little bit smarter, like a genius. So
not such a loose cannon.
They're both sociopaths anyway. So
yeah, we had McCoy in the comments said hello, and he had also said that Denzel can't do an accent. He was just like, "Oh, side boy, like side little note. Denzel can't do an accent, so please don't do that." Which made me giggle a little bit.
Yeah.
And Jamie, I'm here for you. I got you.
Yeah, one of my favorite movies of Denzel's is actually The Book of Eli. That was a great movie.
Oh, it was so good. Because you didn't know he was blind until like that, like, spoiler, I guess. I don't know. It's been out for years.
It's been out for a long time. But
you didn't see this. Your fault.
Sorry. One last thing before we move on from to out of Marvel is just also I'm really excited to see the episode with the younger Bucky and the younger Red Guardian. Alexei driving together in the car. Just because like we get from the Thunderbolts trailer, you see Bucky come in the back. You see Alexei like looking in that rearview mirror. He's like, Black soldier, so cool. And just that, I think they would be such a fun like duo to play off each other, especially with them being younger. Because let's be honest, like at the end of the day, like Bucky probably has no idea who Alexei is, but Alexei being around for so long and him telling his stories, in the prison and stuff, he definitely knows who the Winter Soldier is. So it's just cool to see him like fanboy over him.
It's so cool.
Because I mean, honestly, though, if we got to see that, we would also be like,
well, just kind of like Sam and Bucky was like a fun like buddy cop, show. I think them two would be a great buddy cop show as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
But so, did you guys get to actually see the Spider Noir like set photo that we got to have kind of leaked? So Nicolas Cage was like taking a break from like filming, and he decided to get like a hot dog.
Eating that glizzy. My guy.
So you get to see him kind of like in his garb with the coat and the hat, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like you got to see like they took like multiple photos of just this one of him just eating a hot dog. Completely wild, but like I was like, all right.
As good as a Nashville hot dog, I'm telling you that right
now. Nashville glizzies, baby.
I wouldn't know about these, so
You will. You will.
You're gonna learn today.
We done found out you're willing to come to Nashville at least once, so.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, it's music. Like I'm a big music person.
It's aesthetic and memories. Like it's not just the type of music that's there. So
right.
And if you're a foodie and you like food comas.
I mean, according to Blake's photo or Blake's collage rather of a post where we just food because we took so many pictures of food.
We're podcasters first and foodies second. That's just what we are.
Sometimes I feel like food might be even higher priority than podcasts.
Yeah. I wasn't going to say that on here. But yeah, you're right.
I mean, right before this, I was downing a breakfast burrito because I was like, I am hungry, must eat now.
We told y'all we were foodies. We told y'all.
Yeah, well, that's the
Yeah.
funny thing. Like on our trip last weekend, like I think our hype of excitement was us. Ooh, where's our next food place we're going to eat? Ooh, let's get pictures of this real quick so we can share it with people.
We're just like hopping around place to place, just getting food.
Yeah.
It's
So
fine.
let's not eat too much here, so we can put in 6 meals in a day instead of 3. And
Yeah.
but that
Yep.
never worked
Yep.
out too good. We usually wanted to take a nap after every time we ate. So
Yeah, big back activities. Let's go.
Did you guys actually see that Fantastic Four had their synopsis actually come out? Um,
Yes.
so I got to read a little bit of it. It was a longer read. I did see
it
that
is.
they had some Silver Surfer stuff in there.
Mhm.
So if like you guys haven't seen it, like to our audience, definitely go check it out. It's out like on IGN, and also the MCU Direct even did
Yeah, I can read it
like
real
an
quick if you
actual
want.
post.
I got it pulled up.
Go. Okay, sure, go for it if you so desire.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it says set against the vibrant backdrop of 1960s inspired retro futuristic world, the Fantastic Four First Steps introduces Marvel's first family: Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, Sue Storm, Invisible Woman, Johnny Storm, Human Torch, and Ben Grimm, the Thing, as they face their most daunting challenge yet. Forced to balance their roles as heroes with the strength of their family bond, they must defend Earth from a ravenous space god called Galactus, played by Ralph Ineson, and wow, I cannot talk right now. Enigmatic Silver Surfer, played by Julia Garner. And if Galactus plans to devour the entire planet and everyone on it wasn't bad enough, it suddenly gets very personal.
Nom 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 nom. He is
Nah.
also a foodie. Nom 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 nom.
Yeah,
As
he's
a
definitely a
planet.
foodie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why enigmatic was so like hard for me to say, but wow, that was really hard to get out.
Words are hard today. It's okay.
Sunday mornings, you gotta love them.
Don't
Right?
even worry about it. It's
I
fine.
love this. I
It's
want to hear the story about how they wound up with Julia Garner, because it's just like, all right, we're gonna cast Silver Surfer in this movie. It was like
Mhm.
all the actors you could choose from. You're like, no, fuck it, run, grab the girl from Ozarks. And then it's like, all
I
right.
so honestly, like so as like a third party, right? Like that
Mhm.
doesn't really know much about Silver Surfer other than just what I've seen in the Fox, right?
Right.
Fantastic Four. And we got to see a guy, which I assume is like the standard for Silver Surfer. So I like that
Yeah.
they
Norrin Rad.
transition to a
Yeah.
female because like cosplayers, we like
The
to
gender
sometimes
band.
gender bend, right?
Yeah.
So really getting to see somebody that's a female playing a
Right.
larger role that a male usually plays is really cool, honestly, in my opinion. Not to make it like any type of weird or
No.
anything, but
No,
like
no.
Oh, you're
it's
good.
Well, she's actually comic accurate.
Yeah,
yeah.
there is a female Silver
Yeah,
Surfer.
this isn't
Yeah.
even
Okay.
this ain't even a gender bend. This is actually them taking a legit Silver Surfer from the comics and putting it in here. So like, I think it's great. Like for female representation to actually choose that one out of the comics, put in here. Because let's be real, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like as much crap as the 2005 Fantastic Four has received, like because it was early 2000s. Come on, but Lawrence Fishburne played Norrin Rad, the go-to Silver Surfer for the stories that people have talked about. And Lawrence Fishburne has such an iconic voice. And like I know he has a CGI character, but his CGI Silver Surfer and his voice with that character, I thought was phenomenal, actually. It was like one of the great things that did come out of that movie. So
Mm.
I like not us having something to base off or compare to another male Norrin Rad and then bringing this in. So like I'm all here for it. I think it's
Yeah.
great.
I'll give Julia Garner a chance. I guess it's selecting her specifically is what I
Well,
mean.
here's what
Okay.
I think Julia Garner needs this. Like, I
Mhm.
think she's a great actress, but I think she has, how some certain actors would get with certain franchises. You're kind of labeled as that character, and you may not get a lot of different acting roles because they're like, oh, that's who they are, is that character, because they're so well known for it. So I think to break out of that Ozark shadow and to bring her to the MCU, I think this could be a great time to boost her portfolio and show everything she's capable of as well.
Yeah, she's so young. So when I look at her, the first thing that comes to my mind is Squirrel Girl. But
Oh yeah, yeah,
hey, I'll give her shot.
yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, give anybody a shot until they
Mhm.
prove us wrong. So,
Yeah.
So
but
the last thing that we have for Marvel
okay,
actually is that we got a working title for Spider-Man 4. Blake, you want to talk about that?
That's
yeah.
cool.
So Richard Nebbins actually wrote a report that we shared on from the direct that we shared on our page, which also December 8th will be guesting on a special episode, and he'll be busting out all the latest rumors and leaks with us. So look forward to that. But
So excited.
he found out. He wrote wrote an article on that. It's been titled Blue Oasis. And as we all know, they kind of code name these things. Sometimes we can decipher them and they make sense. Sometimes they don't. But most of the time, there's like a little hidden meaning behind them. But like sometimes they're like way out in left field. Like they are hard to
Hmm.
figure out.
Yeah.
But there is a series of Spider-Man Blue where Peter's kind of going through a lot and depressed, which kind of makes sense. I mean, because we
Exactly
see
where
how
we're at.
it's exactly
Yeah.
where Peter's at. Nobody knows him. He lost his best friend. He lost his girlfriend. Nobody has any memory of him. Dude's going through some straight depression. So yeah, if you go on the direct and read that article, like it's to me the strongest theory that makes sense. Like it really
Yeah.
does. I'm super curious to see like where this story goes and what they bring to us. Uh, super pumped for it though. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great written article. Yeah.
Yes, Spider-Man is one of those things that's another thing you just can't get enough of. MCU Spider-Man.
Mm.
Yeah.
But
And the Sony video games.
oh yeah,
Video games are really
Okay.
great.
and Into the Spider-Verse. Yeah. Anything that's not live action Sony, yeah. So
Yeah, I'm hoping they'll just stick to the street level villains because it's just like if you go a
Yeah.
little bit cosmic, we're going to expect the trilogy for sure.
Mhm.
And I might be one of the only people that strongly oppose the symbiotes coming now to the
Right.
MCU. So
Yeah, and I think Sony's really holding on to it not being completely grounded. I think they're going to find that I don't know if there's such a thing, but try to find that perfect ground to where it's a little grounded, but then also a little cosmic, or multiversalness, per se. Because Sony, I think, is wanting to ride that cash cow of the hype.
yeah,
They don't know what to do, but they see like, oh, our partnership with MCU worked, so let's ride that. But I don't know. And for those that missed our episode from Vegas last week, we also did get confirmed from D23 Brazil that we are getting Miles Morales live action straight from Kevin Feige's mouth. He's like, we are waiting for the last Spider-Verse movie to come out. And he's like, and he's coming into the MCU shortly after. So, like, we obviously have a rough timeline because there's no date for the last Spider-Verse movie, which we're assuming is going to be 2026.
okay.
But so anything after that, I mean, they could start writing, before that movie comes out. We could be getting, Miles as early as 2027, which is around Secret Wars, and then the Secret Wars year, I think.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so too.
Mhm.
But yeah, so super excited that we got to actually that confirmation for Miles. But yeah, I think that's this week for Marvel. Y'all ready to jump into some DC?
Let's discuss
Yes.
DC.
So Penguin finale.
Yo.
Uh,
Yo.
so solid. One of the most solid series. It's probably to date the best DC project live action thing that's been put out, in my opinion.
Mm.
So good, so solid. I tell you what, it really,
The ending.
I was not ready for that. I was not ready for that.
I can't believe
Yeah.
Vic was like, yo, your family. And he's just like, yeah, I'm family. Fuck yeah, I'm family. And he's
Need a
like,
hug.
you know too much.
That right
was like,
there, that right there.
Ah, ah,
Mm.
ah, ah. Just choke him out.
I was like,
Yeah,
I was just like, oh my God. And then how like Penguin is going to be in the court, and then there's like a theory that the Court of Owls is going to come out of this because
right.
of
Matt
him
Reeves.
being in the court system.
Yeah, and Matt Reeves has like also talked about how he wants to bring that in.
Yeah.
But he's not said that he has, but he's always said that he wants to.
Yeah.
So everything's looking
And
like it go that way.
they also there's like, we don't really know for sure because it was kind of like dark and it was kind of like silhouetted, but
Right.
I don't know why I said it like that. But anyway, the Scarecrow mask and hand was possibly in this last episode as well. There's a theory that that's what was in the footage as well. So we don't know for sure if that's what it was or if it was just like a random mask and
Right.
hand thing. So we don't know exactly what's going to come out of this. We saw Sophia go back to Gotham. She was this close.
I thought she was going to die. I
was like, damn,
But
this
we
is
knew
it
that
for
she was going to
her.
be in Batman too. So,
Well,
or there's a
it's
theory.
been
Right.
rumored. It's been rumored.
Right.
But
Mhm.
I do think it's kind of cool. I'm kind of curious which route they're going to go. But we see that Selena Kyle, Catwoman from the Batman,
Mm.
sent her sister a letter, her half sister a letter. So now they're aware of each
Yeah.
other. So
Yeah.
I think that could be an interesting team up. Them siding together.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah.
Man, that's gonna be interesting. I do
Yeah.
got a
And
question for you guys and everybody in
oh,
the comment section. So,
Okay.
as far as the Penguin finale goes, and everybody that has seen it, what do you guys think about the Rossi potentially being the Matt Reeves universe of Scarecrow?
So I am here for it. I know there's a lot of people online who are Batman fans and stuff. And they're like, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Why would they make Scarecrow someone that's a different name? Because that's what cinema does sometimes. I mean, they want to make things unpredictable. Do you really want to be able to predict every single story and what's going to happen? That's not why they're making these. They're making these to
mm,
give us like their own new comic line, but in live action. So
yeah.
I'm here for it, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I think the way he's set up, I think he could be a good Scarecrow. I'm not gonna lie.
Mhm.
I love to see how he's lost. Not that he's necessarily had a great one, but we've seen the moral compass degrade throughout the series and how he's willing to do whatever. I mean, straight mind washed, and mess with the mind of the Penguin's mom. And yeah, I'm here for it. And a lot of people saying that he could be the Hugo Strange still character, but I would like to see him as Scarecrow.
What do you
Yeah.
think, Tay?
I could see him do it because he kind of like plays onto the fears and he's like developing that a little bit with his like therapy that he's going. I do think he is more in line with the Hugo Strange right now, in my mind, but I think that Scarecrow would be really cool. So if they do it, cool. But if they don't, I'm not upset by it.
Yeah.
So that's my thoughts.
Yeah, it could go either
Short
way.
and
I'd
simple.
be okay with either way, but I'm not gonna be mad if they do it. So
Yeah. Or he could be completely somebody totally different. Like, I don't know. So,
like
um,
some new character, maybe someone that's
yeah,
was created just for the movie because they do that as well. And some of these comic films is
yeah,
they'll create these new characters that's not even origin from the comics. So
yeah.
I can
So,
see that.
so I thought it was really cool in this episode. I got to see my favorite gin, Hendrix. Just like Sophia,
yeah,
just like pop that down on the table, and these guys now know that like my go-to is a
yep,
gin and tonic, and it has to be
Yeah.
Hendrix. So to see Sophia wearing those like Louis Vuitton boots, I was like, oh, those are so cute. I want a pair. Um, there was just like so many great things about this episode.
Mm.
And now I really actually want to try because I have olives in the fridge and I have Hendrix. So I'm like, do I want to try like Hendrix on the rocks and then just like pop some olives? I don't know. We'll see. I'll let you guys know.
All right. All right. We'll get a little bougie for a second. We'll get a little
yeah,
bougie.
yeah. Don't forget every once in a while throw a cigar in there.
Oh, gotta have a cigar. Lord.
No,
Oh,
I'll smoke
man.
some hookah. It's okay. I'm a good guy.
I straight almost put that picture in here because I knew you was going to talk about the Hendrix.
Woo.
I almost threw that picture in here from last weekend
Woo,
just
woo,
to bring up. I was like, nah, I better not do that. I
woo.
like.
We'll save that for like an after
Eh,
hour special or something.
Oh man.
oh my
Hey,
God. But did you guys actually also hear that James Gunn
Yes.
has the Superman trailer on
Yeah.
his laptop ready to go, like
Yeah.
ready to drop
He
at
just
any point in time?
drop that bragging in there just to put us on edge of curious. Like, once again, another phenomenal. He's just building us up. More breadcrumbs.
yeah,
When do
the
you?
trailer is supposed to be on a thumb drive in his pocket. So
Oh,
I
where
was
you
gonna
at?
say, when do y'all think we'll get it? What's your theories of when we get it? You think you get it Christmas Day?
no, I think early next year, like New Year's Eve type thing.
Really?
Super Bowl.
Hmm.
Oh, you think Super Bowl? That's,
Woo! That's February.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's too far or too close to when it's supposed to really, because it's supposed to release in July.
Hmm
Yeah,
I'm
he's pushing it,
I'm
but
gonna call it. Let's make a bet right here. Christmas Day is my exact day. I say he's gonna release it.
I say New Year's Eve.
And you say Super Bowl.
And I say Super Bowl.
All right, we'll
All
see.
right, I'll see.
All right,
It has
guys,
been
you heard it
said.
here
It is
first.
Yeah.
documented.
But you already jump into some Star Wars.
Yeah.
So Samuel L. Jackson in the talks of reprising Mace Windu.
Yeah, because
I'm
just
here
like
for it.
Marvel, if you don't see a body, did they really die?
I mean, we just see him go out that window, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
all.
but like we also now know that Leia could just like force walk in space, so
Right.
maybe he force walked in Coruscant,
And
or were they
I
in
lo-
Coruscant? No, they weren't in Coruscant. They were
I-
wherever they were.
I love this fan art. Like that's such a sick look. I would love for his Mace Windu to come back looking like this too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Star Wars fan base is heavily divided over this. Like some people are just like, no, leave him dead, and then other people are just like, I want to see Samuel L. Jackson again, motherfucker. It's
Yeah.
like-
Yeah. I want to see that purple lightsaber again because
Hmm.
it's one of my favorite like lightsabers. That one and the yellow one.
Mhm.
I totally just forgot the dude's name. I don't know. Anyway, I really did like the purple lightsaber just because like to me that's the only purple lightsaber that I've ever seen.
Yeah. Well, it's purple because Samuel L. Jackson chose that color. That's why it was purple, because he told them he wanted it to be purple. And I'm like, all right, big
All right,
moves
yeah.
right there. Boss moves right there.
Yeah.
I really do like that. I mean, I have a pair of chopsticks that are Mace Windu lightsaber chopsticks.
Are they really?
So,
That's
yes.
Yeah, when I
And as
first
we
met
all
Mace
found out-
Windu,
Oh, go ahead.
yeah, when I first met Mace Windu as a kid, like I was him for like three Halloweens in a row.
Nice.
So
I love that. That's amazing.
Use
No.
the Force.
No, the way my brain works, like Tangent, you said about chopsticks. I was like, and as we all found out last weekend, Blake does not know how to use chopsticks.
Yeah.
So,
It's
everybody,
okay.
everybody eating ramen with chopsticks. Blake over there with a fork, just like I can do it, but it's painful to watch. And I naturally love to eat fast.
Yeah.
I will savor it when I eat. So y'all don't. People's like, you can't even taste it. Oh, I taste it. Let me tell you. But
Yeah.
I naturally just eat quick, and if something slows me down for eating, I'm not about it.
Not about that. He need to get in my belly.
Yeah. So we get some Andor news. So Andor has
Yes.
changed. Andor season 2 has now been turned into Andor, a Star Wars story.
Season 2.
Season 2. But they threw in the Star Wars story for some reason. So Andor season 1 was a great series.
Yeah.
Great cast. Andy Serkis, of course, is in that too.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm ready for this. And this was a series that I thought. So I didn't jump on watching it as it came out like I should have. I was like overwhelmed and watching a whole bunch of other stuff. And the next thing you know, it got away from me, and I watched it long after it came out. And it's good. Like
Yeah.
it's cool because like it's a Star Wars story that's done well. That goes to show you don't need every Star Wars story with Force users or
Mhm.
or Mandalorians. For that say, it's just a great show. So
Yeah. So not only did we get the name release, but we also got an actual release date,
that's right.
which is April 22nd, 2025. So
Yep.
that's coming next year. So it's not too far off now. I actually don't judge me. I haven't seen season 1.
You
Me
should watch
neither.
it. So now heads up, and this may not be the same for you, but when I did start it finally, it took me a couple times starting it to get through it. And most of the time it comes like that because I usually put it on when I'm tired and I put something on out.
Mm.
But push through the first episode. Once I got through the first episode, then I was hooked. So
Okay. Well, maybe I'll watch the first episode today after this. We'll give it a shot.
It's kind of like the Penguin, like to me, I didn't push through it, but that first episode I was like, whew, it's a little drug out and slow, but then bam, 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 bam.
That's the way it was for the two of you, but for me, like I already knew,
it's true.
like from that first episode, I was hooked on that first episode.
Right.
I was like, I know what's about to happen, or I thought I knew at least. I didn't know, but yeah.
And we definitely didn't know Sophia Falcone was going to bring it like she did.
Oh,
Thank you,
Gigante.
Christian Milioti.
Yeah. And it's not every day that you have Blake bringing up DC and other segments, but like that's how good this was.
It was so good. So worth the
Oh,
watch.
oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Y'all
But
ready?
Blake, sorry, real
No,
quick, sorry.
yeah, you're good.
Deontay, you said you didn't watch season 1 as well?
I did not.
Oh, y'all
Okay.
both need to watch this then.
Yeah,
Okay.
I breezed right on past it for the other Star Wars shows. And
Dude,
I regret
And then
that.
you were let down. Yes.
Yeah, I
Same.
regretted that big time.
So y'all
I
won't be
watched
let down on this.
Obi-Wan.
I promise.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
watch it. We gotta watch it before at least season 2 comes out.
I
Because
know, yeah.
I would like for us to cover that as it comes out on here.
Okay.
Because it'll be worth
Okay.
it. It'll definitely be worth covering.
Fine. I'll watch it.
Oh, so y'all ready?
Educated Wish?
Let's do it.
Shout out to Raiden Hayes J Gaming.
Hey.
Ayo. So the first thing that we're actually going to talk about is during D23, we did actually get some Avatar 3 concept art.
Ooh.
It's weird. It's super weird. I don't know what number 2 looked like, The Way of the Water, because I didn't not watch it because I did not hear good things about it, and I refused to watch it after like I saw the first one and I was hyped for that second one, and then like 10 years went by. Like after they said that they're gonna
Yeah.
make a 2, 3, 4, and then 10 years went by, and I was like,
I will always watch every Avatar movie it comes out because I absolutely loved the first one. I did. I loved the first one.
yeah,
Second one came out and it was just for me personally, super underwhelming. It really felt like
mm,
it almost felt I know these are movies, but it almost felt like a filler episode in a season that you would get on, in a long telling story.
yeah,
I have faith that this next one's going to come out and it's going to be great. I think it's
okay,
going to be a lot more faster pace and have a lot more
mm,
story to tell. There just wasn't a whole lot of storytelling to me in the way it was paced out in the second one, but
okay.
I would definitely be in the theater to see this.
Well, this comes out a year and a month from
Yeah,
now, so
they're so
like,
far apart.
yeah, it's
So
December 19th, 2025 that
Uh-huh.
we should be expecting to see this. But you guys can have your Avatar movie. I'll take the Avatar TV show that they have the season 2, like they had the casting come out on that.
it's
Right.
coming.
So I'm so excited. See, Jamie couldn't even make it to the first Avatar.
Ooh, first
It's a
one,
long
the first
movie.
one
It's
was
a
great.
long movie. It was a
Got a
great movie.
great
I will.
cast too.
Yeah, you got Sigourney Weaver. But
That's fair. Yeah.
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 But
so I'm sorry. I'm like on the verge of sneezing. It's like
yeah.
right there, and now
Yeah.
it's gone. But the next thing that we got some footage of was It. Welcome to Derry.
Yes.
We actually got to see Pennywise. I'm so excited for this. Does
The
not have a release
clown.
date. It's coming out in 2025.
I'm so ready for this.
I'm so excited for this. You know what we should do though is we could
It marathon.
maybe depending. Yes,
Yeah.
that's exactly where I was going with
Yeah.
this. I was just like, I don't know when it's supposed to be coming out, and we do have like
Uh-huh.
our Stranger Things episodes that we're doing with the vigilante vibes like
Yes.
later on. But we'll see how much time we have when this finally does have a release date. Because again, we don't know this date. We don't
Mm.
know Stranger Things. We don't know.
Sure.
Everything's still
I'm here
flying.
I'm here for covering the previous ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please. Dude, shout out to Stephen King, man. An absolute legend.
Yeah. Okay, so like real quick, when we talk about It marathon,
Mhm.
are we talking about 3 of the movies or just the last 2? Like
I mean, I feel like
that
we
came out
have to
recently.
we would have to do the 3.
Okay.
Like we have to pay homage to the OG. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly. I
Like
mean,
the
That's what
90s
I
TV series and then
mhm.
like the
What?
modern times. Like yeah,
There's a
the
90s TV
I,
series?
I didn't know that.
it's like a television version that's like the OG that everybody's like used to, and then they have the reboot. Well, it's
Well,
not even the reboot. So
yeah, I was gonna say, well,
uh,
I say we cover the OG movie that I feel like everybody knows Tim Curry from.
Yeah.
As and
the
I say we do the OG movie and then we do the last 2 It movies. I
Yeah.
don't know about the 90s doing a whole 90s series. uh,
that's the Tim Curry
yeah,
version.
that's the OG movie.
It's a
So
movie. It's
I
not a
thought it was
TV
a
series.
Yeah,
TV
I've
series.
seen the movie.
No, it's called a TV series.
Oh.
I thought it was a
That's super
movie. Was
confusing.
found. I went to Wikipedia, and like a lot of like day one Stephen King's fans were like, "No, bro, that's the '90s TV series." I was like, "What?" But it's like a long ass movie of part 1 and part 2, and I guess that's why they made it that way. I don't know.
Huh.
It's a
Yeah.
very weird.
It's been a long time since I've seen
situation.
it, but for some reason in my mind I had it as a movie.
I'm gonna have to Google that because I don't trust Wikipedia at all. Like that's
Like,
not a reliable source to me.
it's a very
Wild.
long argument between people, but
Yeah.
it's
Huh.
an hour-long special, TV special,
Uh-huh.
part 1 and part 2. So
Wow. All right. Interesting.
That's wild.
Yeah, I say we
Okay.
covered that, and then we do the the Skarsgård too movies. So,
yeah,
Yes.
Skarsgård,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I absolutely
Yes.
love. I appreciate Tim Curry for what he did, whatever. But like, dude, Skarsgård's is
He
like
brought
just
a whole new
Mm.
creepy to that
yeah,
with his eyes and
his
the dance.
eyes, and then I love his voice. Like, what you
Yes.
doing there, Georgie? Like,
No,
Pretty.
I'm not sleeping tonight. It's fine.
We're all going to float.
I mean, if we do that and it comes down to like our last one, if I can get this stuff in turn time, just for the episode, I might cosplay as Pennywise on like the last coverage of that. Yeah,
Hell yeah,
That's a lot of face
'cause
paint, man.
it is. It's prosthetic, but I will straight do it just I will. So I've
Okay.
always wanted to do Pennywise for a long time, and this would just give me the reason to push to go ahead and do it, and then I've got it from here on out. So
There you go.
Yeah, you go around Cape Girardeau scaring the dog shit out of people. I would
Yeah.
love that.
Oh yeah,
So,
for sure.
the next thing that we're actually going to talk about is Dune Prophecy. So, we
tonight, don't it?
got today.
Yeah,
Comes out today.
I
Yeah.
forgot.
So it has 6 episodes and it ends on December 22nd. So we actually got the Rotten Tomatoes score out of it, and it's a 70%, and that's based off of like 20 reviews that happened. And again, this is just critics. This isn't the popcorn meter because it's not coming out until again tonight.
Right.
So compared to the movies, Dune, like with Timothy Chalamet, that had an 83%. Dune 2 had a 92%. The original Dune had like a 50% or something. It was super low. But it's supposed to be pretty good. Although IGN did do like a review and they said it was like a 5 or a 3. No, it's a 5 because they said Red One was a 3. But they said that it was like but
But
it's 1,000 years before Paul Atreides, and we're getting that backstory of how the prophecy came to be. I think it's going to be great. It's an HBO show, so
and those are usually they
yeah,
bring it with the quality typically. They
yeah,
really do.
yeah.
But as we all know, like we'll talk about Rotten Tomatoes, we'll talk about IGN and everybody's score
Mm.
just because it is out there. So we will mention it. But as we all know, you should never base anything off these. Like put your own self in front of a screen, watch it, base your own opinion. Never go off these other people's scores. So
Because
just
my
put
favorite one to talk about when we talk about critic scores is It Follows.
yeah, that's right. Right.
Trash, a human trash bag of a movie. But it got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't. Stupid
that
movie. I hated it.
that
I hated it.
movie made it hard for me to sleep for like 2 days.
Really?
Did it really?
Yeah, it was a horrifying movie for me. I was like, damn, man.
I was laughing at it the entire time. I could not get into it.
I wasn't impressed, but
it was a hell of a metaphor for motherfucking STDs.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, that's why we called it ST Demon. But yeah, Dune Prophecy tonight. I am gonna watch Andor before it comes out though. So
okay,
I'll be watching 2 shows, just kind of to pay homage to Agatha and Penguin because I'm sad that both of them are over now.
Oh.
So
sad day.
I was gonna say
real quick.
Yeah.
So I made sure to the fact check real quick. So IMDb and Reddit and YouTube and a couple other sources says, yep, it was a '90s miniseries of Stephen King's It.
Okay.
That's so wild, like how things like from a long ago you remember it as one thing. What do they call that? There's also like movies where you like remember it and they're like, oh, that never existed, but it did exist.
And
Oh,
fucking like commercials and stuff too, where
Yeah,
we
yeah,
all
yeah,
remembered that things happened, but like everybody's like, oh, it happened, but like you go back into the archives and it's like it was never a thing, and I'm like,
yeah.
"Ah."
Oh
yeah.
man,
We're in a
um,
simulator.
but
yeah,
Happy Gilmore too.
yeah,
Might be coming out as early as March of next year.
yeah,
We got some photos released. Ben Stiller's reprising his role in it. Look
yeah.
at
He's officially joined the cast as Hal.
that.
Yeah,
I like Ben
yeah,
Stiller.
man.
So
Oh, the
Rated said
Mandela
Mandela
effect.
effect. Yeah.
Mandela,
Thank
hey, there we
you.
go.
Let's go.
But yeah,
See, this is why we love our audience. Thank you so much,
for
because
sure.
I would have bothered me. But yeah, Ben Stiller is coming back as Hal. Uh,
Mhm.
super fun, super excited to see how that
Yeah.
happens because he's all like old looking in this because he's got like the white like because he's older, right?
Right.
But I don't know. I love Ben Stiller in certain things, and this is definitely one of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's not like my go-to, like, "Ooh, I gotta watch Ben Stiller movies," but there's a handful of movies that he's in, I'm like, they're just so funny.
Yeah,
Have y'all ever
Tropic
Zoolander.
watched,
Thunder.
Tropic Thunder,
Tropic Thunder is fine.
Heartbreak Kid? You ever watch Heartbreak Kid?
I don't think I
Oh
Mm-mm.
have.
my gosh, it's hilarious. So he like is his real dad's in it, Jerry Stiller. He plays his dad in it. His dad's on him. They own like a sporting goods sporting goods store, and he's like a guy in his 40s that hasn't found the love of his life. So he kind of like rushes in, thinks he found this perfect person, and he finds the real true love of his life on his honeymoon.
Oh wait, no, I have seen this.
It is so funny. And like the
I
one
have
he
seen
married,
this.
like she's kind of crazy and like
Yeah.
woo, it is so funny. So funny.
Hmm.
No, yeah, because she like they were like constantly like she wanted to go out onto the scuba diving boat, right?
Yeah. She got
That's that
sunburned real
movie.
bad. Yeah.
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 Okay. Okay, I know exactly. Yes.
But
Okay.
D23 also though brought us out some Toy Story 5 concept art. So
Yes.
let's pull that up here. Look at
It's
that.
an army of Buzz Lightyears.
This ought to
How
be interesting.
terrifying is that?
And like you can
To
see
infinity.
you can see in the back like how many more buzzes are in that cargo ship. Like that thing
Yeah.
is filled to the max.
Yeah. And I mean, like, you remember that, like, in Toy Story 1 when you got to see Buzz Lightyear for the first time and how
Mhm.
he was like, nah, dude, like, we are really out here in the streets trying to fight Zurg, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
And then
Or
now,
Darth
like,
Vader.
yeah, no, I'm your father. No. Anyway, that was in 2, I think, right? Where like that whole scene happened.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Was it
number
number
2.
2? I
Yeah, it's
think it
number
was number
2.
2.
Yeah.
Anyway, I can't remember number 4 for the life of me. I thought they should have just ended at 3. Here we go with number 5.
Speaking of things that they should
Um,
have ended though. I didn't mean
Woo!
to
let's
cut you
fucking
off. I'm
talk
like,
about it.
that's
No.
the perfect segue into that.
Yes.
Ice
Yes,
Age
it
6.
is. Jesus Christ. It's
Oh my
in
god.
development. It's
It's in
happening.
development. It's coming out in 2026. Why? I don't know. This was another
They're
thing I
bringing
think.
back the original voice actors and everything for it.
Oh yeah,
Like
Ray
Ray
Romano.
Romano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the entire cast that was
Yeah.
in 1 that they said
John
was done
Leguizamo.
is
So,
coming out with number 6.
so my favorite thing about Ice Age is Scratch, and I love the first one was great. I really enjoyed the first one. Second one was okay. Should have stopped there. Now there was like a little mini series, these little shorts of Scratch's adventures where he's like chasing the
Oh,
acorn.
the
Yeah,
squirrel.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's my favorite part of Ice Age is the squirrel Scratch, and him. I can watch him chasing that acorn all day long. Kind of how I can watch Minions all day long. You throw a minion on screen, let them do
Yeah.
their
Okay.
shenanigans. I am here for it. But
Okay.
y'all should have ended Ice Age a long time ago.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
I
you
stopped
should.
at Toy Story 1 and Ice Age 1. So I
No, but Toy
No,
Story 2
Toy Story 2
isn't
is
bad.
yeah, yeah. It was like
I liked
you have to
it.
see Toy Story 2, bro. Like you have to see it.
Yeah.
It's really
That's where
really
you
good.
get Jessie.
I
Yeah,
saved so much
and
money.
Bullseye.
It's on Disney Plus. What are you talking about? You don't have Disney Plus?
I have seen Toy Story 2. Okay, so the Prospector, because he was the
Yeah,
villain
yeah,
in that
Yes.
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
okay.
Barbie and Ken and all them. Yeah.
Oh man,
Yes.
I'm not giving Toy Story 3 a chance.
Oh man.
I don't really. Is that where they had the teddy bear, or was that number 4? See, I
No,
don't really
I don't.
remember
I don't
anymore.
know.
I don't remember, and I'm sorry, y'all. I really am sorry. But I'm gonna jump a little bit forward real quick, and then
Yeah,
we'll
go
go
ahead.
back to where we are in the list. So speaking of D23 Brazil and things that they should have ended that said they ended but now are coming back, we have Cars 4 that is rumored to be in
Cars.
development. It was supposed to come out apparently at D23 Brazil. You kind of got to hear apparently a ka-chow,
Okay.
and you didn't get to
Okay.
see anything though. So
Owen Wilson.
like we don't know. We don't know what's going on with this yet because
Yeah.
they said at Cars 3, this is it. This is the last one, which is why
Right.
always when I said that, like when people say this is the last one, I don't believe it. So
Right. Not.
X, fucking Fast and Furious, like I don't trust it. I don't trust it.
Capping.
Yeah.
Stop
So,
capping.
but did,
Mission
did
Impossible.
when you
Is
heard the
yeah.
ka-chow though, did it sound like him was like
Mhm.
ka-chow? You know that sound
Yeah,
like
it was
okay.
yeah, it was the which is why everybody knew what it was because
Yeah.
it was
Owen Wilson's
um
voice.
yeah, the red car Lightning McQueen.
Yeah.
It was Lightning McQueen himself, like the classic
Mhm.
ka-chow. Or like when he did like the stickers and she called them stickers.
Yeah.
Anyway, that happened. People are kind of having mixed reviews about that too.
Yeah.
But something else that's rumored to be in development, we have Wonka 2.
Mm.
Now, I didn't see Wonka 1, or
So
just Wonka, I guess.
I've not bothered to see it yet either. I meant to, but then it's one of those things.
Yeah,
It happened and it went, and
yeah,
I don't know. I just haven't. I'm
Yeah.
a huge fan of the OG Charlie and Chocolate Factory though. Like so,
same,
yeah.
very much same. And then you had the Johnny Depp one come out,
Right.
which
I watched it
was
once
different.
and it was
Yep,
different, and I just
it
never
was
bothered to
different.
see it again.
I've seen it 2, maybe 3 times. Like I had it
Mhm.
on DVD when I was a kid. So I mean, like I love Johnny Depp. Like I've always
Oh
been a
yeah,
fan of Johnny
huge.
Depp.
Yeah.
Um, so like to see him in a musical before I got to see
Mhm.
Sweeney Todd, because as a child you cannot
Oh,
watch Sweeney Todd.
Right.
I made
But
that
this was
mistake.
like, oh,
Yeah.
I am sorry.
Whew.
But
You're never
yeah,
getting a haircut
so
again.
Yeah.
yeah. And his haircut that he had in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory,
It was
weird.
so weird.
So weird.
Yeah.
But I've actually heard pretty good things about Wonka. I've been on a musical kick for the past couple of days.
Yep.
And I actually did hear some of the I actually heard Pure Imagination, the Timothy Chalamet version, and I was
Mhm.
actually pretty
Mm.
impressed.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, so I think that I actually am going to go on to IMDb, figure out where
Mhm.
it's streaming so I can watch it because Wonka
Yeah.
2, the first half of the script is actually in like the first draft.
Mhm.
So it's very much in early development. We don't really know when it's going to be coming out or anything like that. Uh, but I mean, I don't really know where the first one ended because again, I
Yeah.
didn't see it, so I don't really
I guess
know like
I'm gonna have to watch it
how
now
that goes.
too, since they are coming out with the 2.
Mm.
J
Well, it's
so
early development. It very much could be canceled at any point in time because we've seen
Sure,
that time
sure,
and time
sure.
again. But
well, after you watch it,
um,
let me know your thoughts on it.
okay, will do. But
I
again,
mean,
I
I'm
like
not gonna
musicals
base
and you don't.
that's
So
not
I don't
true. That's
know.
not true. That is not true.
Okay.
We talked about this before, like, so, like, I'm not a heavy musical guy. I'm just very
Yeah.
picky with my musicals.
But you don't like Phantom of the Opera.
I've never watched it. I said I
Oh.
no, that's what I was telling you. I said I've never watched it.
Oh, bruh.
Yeah, yeah,
Bruh.
yeah. So,
Bruh.
like, The Greatest
Bruh.
Showman is a musical, and that's one of
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
top favorite movies of all time.
Okay.
Like, if I had to pick a top 5, a musical is in my top 5. And
Okay.
I
So
and I'm
Jamie said that she didn't like Wonka, but
oh,
she
really?
liked the OG, but her son loved it.
Huh,
Okay. So maybe it's like
Yeah.
that kind of like Star Wars and it's like the new
yeah.
generation
And
kind
I
of
love
thing.
Grease. I might catch flack for that, but I love Grease too.
Oh,
Grease
no,
also.
not okay.
Grease
Thank you.
also. Not 2.
Thank you for
I
fixing
hate
that.
2. We don't talk about 2.
Nope, we don't talk
But,
about 2.
Grease 1, I've loved that since a kid. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sound of
Also, what
Music,
was
Mary
it?
I'm an
Poppins.
OG Gene
Rock,
Wilder fan.
Rock of Ages. I enjoyed Rock of
Ages,
Ages.
yeah.
With Tom Cruise and Alec Baldwin and all of them is all 80s rock music. It came out like what, probably 15 years ago. Have you not seen
I
this
do not know
musical?
about this. I do not know about this.
Oh,
And Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Excuse me.
It's all 80s
Little
music.
Shop of Horrors.
Yes, Little Shop of Horrors. So good.
Yeah, you have to check that out now.
Oh man, I'm gonna go down like a whole musical rabbit hole right now, and this is fun.
Oh snap!
Oh man, I love musicals so much. Anyway, speaking of things that were musical but not musical, because it's a horror film, The Little Mermaid.
Oh, please tell me I have a picture of this.
On a pile of skulls.
Yes. So the trailer dropped. I shared it to our group chat. The poster that we just saw also is out.
Why are you looking
December
at Deontay?
That's a damn
Is it because of your comment that you said after you watched it?
I was like, what the hell?
Is that what you said?
She was like, oh, it's like a knockoff vampire movie, pretty much. And like this is the weird timing to we're gonna release this Little Mermaid movie after the internet caught on fire because of this Black Little Mermaid movie. So yeah, now we're gonna give y'all an accurate aerial. It was like, oh god, Hollywood is full of idiots. I don't know.
So this actually comes out exactly a month from today. It's December 17th. It's rated R. It's a horror movie again. It kind of is like a knockoff, like vampire-esque looking thing, because she just like she'll wake up and she's like doing the siren song, and then she bites him. Like I don't know what's happening. I'm so confused on what's happening.
And this is part of the Pooniverse?
No, this is not.
Okay.
This is not part of the Pooniverse. This is just off fucking bat. Like, I don't know who asked for this. I don't know why they did this. I guess it's more accurate to the Brothers Grimm, maybe. Stuff. I'm not familiar, so if I'm wrong, sorry, but I don't know why they did this. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah,
So My Chemical Romance, little music homage here,
yes.
Right?
Yes.
Look at this.
I am so happy that they're doing this.
Yes, they're doing a tour in 2025.
Yeah, so they're doing 2 tours. But this is a very short tour. And it's only going to be like I think a couple of months. But it's only like so many like shows that they're doing. Sorry, excuse me. So they're going to be doing the tour in 2025. If you guys aren't familiar with the Black Parade, it's actually a 2006 album that My Chemical Romance had. So all of us like emo kids are like, yes.
Yeah.
And I was a young boy.
I want to go to a concert of this. Like, I'm a huge MCR fan.
Well, the tour is actually going to kick off in Seattle on July 11th. And it has stops in LA, Philadelphia, Toronto, and Chicago, with concluding their tour in Tampa, Florida on September 13th. So it's only like, 6 places that you can go to see this.
So do y'all want to go to
other than
Tampa
that,
to this concert together, and then we film an episode in Tampa? Question.
I hate Tampa. Unless we're doing Busch Gardens too.
We can throw that in there. If that makes you happy, we'll throw it in there.
I might. All right. We'll think about it. We'll see what the prices are. Like, let's think about this. Let's be financially responsible.
True.
What's that?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We're just trying to get out of Missouri.
There's only one life. There's ever only going to be one life. I'm just saying.
Shit, LA's a 5-hour drive for me. I've been to LA.
I've been to LA.
Me too.
Yeah.
Never been to Tampa though.
Oh.
Never been to Tampa.
You don't want to go back
so you just have to be worried
and, like, visit, back home.
First of all, I'm from Fort Lauderdale.
No,
that's like a whole drive.
I'm talking about the state.
Okay, so the reason why we have to be worried about that point in time is because of hurricane season.
Oh.
Hey, just think, we can talk about seeing MCR, which would be awesome. We can go Busch Gardens, me and Deontay for the first time. We can
You've never been to Busch Gardens?
we can film an episode in Tampa and say we survived a hurricane in Tampa. So many core memories. 5 core memories.
Hurricane survivors. I'm getting that tatted on me. Yeah.
I have been through many a hurricane. I do not enjoy them. But anyway, to get back on topic.
Yeah,
That's fair.
Wolfman. We had a trailer. Kind of trailer
I've
number
not got to
2.
see it yet.
Okay. So this comes out on. Oh, my grandmother used to own a house in Fort Lauderdale. Okay, see, Fort Lauderdale's amazing.
Floridians.
Yes, that's what we are.
Yeah.
I am a Florida at heart, but like everything else about me is like I never want to go back to Florida unless I have to. And this is possibly a have to type thing. But anyway, Wolfman, they kind of had like a little bit of a trailer. It's kind of hard to find because it's not like a reliable-ish source. But it seems more kind of you get more footage of like inside of like a house and them kind of trying to figure out what's going on. This like creepy figure. It's very scary looking. It's very dark and ominous. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for that. There's a trailer out there on YouTube. So yeah.
So what's
That's all I got.
y'all's takes on the possible new Lara Croft?
Sophie Turner.
Yeah,
Sophie Turner.
Yeah.
So Sophie, she I don't know, man. Also hi. Hello. But
Hi, Megan.
Let's
I don't know, man. Like I said with my post in the Nerd Haven, I totally would love to have seen Ella Purnell do this.
Yes, absolutely.
That would be a great choice.
I think that she could have totally like kicked ass in this.
She naturally has that Lara Croft vibe about her.
Yes, she's got the like the poutiness, the like I'm a badass, and
her
to
hair
see her
already.
like right, it's already brown, you know. So to see like how she's been doing Fallout and how somebody in the comments in the Nerd Haven made a fantastic point that Ella Purnell is like super like a nerd. She cares about like the back stuff. So she created her own Fallout character. She did all of the things. So I think that like Ella would 100% also do Lara Croft justice because she would probably play the games and get to like actually see the original like content that we're basing this off of. But Amazon is creating a Lara Croft. We don't know the date yet of this coming out.
Yeah, Ella Purnell to me is like one of those celebrities that you can throw in the mix with like Iman Vellani and Henry Cavill. Like these are all true nerds who love what they're doing, and so like to me, you feel that passion through their acting, and like it's like none other. So like, and I love that we're slowly getting to see that more because like when a lot of this when a lot of these great nerd movies and stuff started out, these are just actors that are great actors. Don't get me wrong. I mean. But like I don't know, it's just holds a special place in your heart for a movie when you know the actor is that true nerd and they're super passionate about it. So like, I love
they care
that.
about the source material.
Yes,
exactly.
And we've seen what people without source material have done. So to have somebody that actually cares,
right,
and to see Fallout be this amazing TV show.
Yes. So good. And that's the thing, like I know nothing. I know of the game. I've never played the game. Because like I don't play a lot of games, but like as an outsider that knows nothing about it and sitting down and watching that show, like for one, the fans are happy that we're.
Oh, you're talking about Fallout.
Yeah. But then like honestly, like an outsider that has knows about the game, the show was still amazing. So yeah. Oh yeah.
They make sure that they explain things enough that an outsider looking in for Fallout would understand what's going on.
Right.
But also the nerds that have played the game see the little things and can see those Easter eggs and homages to the video games
Right.
enough that you're like, okay, so like they don't explain everything, like what Nuka caps are or anything like that, but like you get it enough as like an outsider. But as like a person that's played the game, you're like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I know exactly what's happening.
Yeah. When I look at Sophie Turner, I don't really see Laura Croft. I see Sansa Stark for the
Yep.
most part. Like that's like her
Yeah.
most notable role to this very day. Well, we don't speak on that Dark Phoenix bullshit that we found out. So yeah, that Jean Grey can go in the dumpster fire where it came from, and Sophie Turner. Hopefully, she have the acting chops to kill this role. Best of luck to her, but man, Ella is a missed opportunity.
Yeah, yeah. And like what Megan just said too, I feel like that's so true. Like it wasn't an over explanation. Like it was done, it had that perfect balance to it.
Facts.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said. Very much well said. But
Oh, go
Blake,
ahead.
you want to talk about
I do, I do, I
your
do. Walking
yeah,
Dead.
yeah,
Daryl Dixon,
yeah.
the Book of Carol. So this season 2 just ended last week, last Sunday. Phenomenal. These are two of my favorite characters, like from the they're from the OG Walking Dead from the very first season. Uh, Daryl is actually one of those people who is not from the comics that was created just for the show, and has to date become one of the top favorite characters, which is amazing but wild at the same time. But man, this was so good. As we all know from season 1, like he actually accidentally got sent over to France. And he met this kid named Laurent. There's like this radical religious group that's trying to prove that this kid is the chosen one, that he uh, can be bitten but not turn, and they have no proof
Mm.
of it, and that he's like their chosen one or whatever. And Daryl's actually attempting to save this kid and get him out of this craziness or whatever.
That's
So
exactly like The Last of Us.
but
Yeah.
Carol this time finds out, Daryl's in France. She finds a way in this season to con a pilot into flying her over to France from America. And most of this season is her journey of trying to find Daryl, and then the stuff that Daryl's going through to try to get this kid, to safety. And man, there's deaths in here that's pretty emotional. Overall, this is so great. Daryl and Carol are iconic duo. Like that's like the best like brother sister combination, that they have such a strong love and care for each other. Like I don't think there's anything that you could put them through that would not allow them to get into each other. It's
Mm.
so great. And these actors, both of their actors are so good. But toward the end of the season, they actually get the kid on the plane, but come to find out this plane's so small, it won't hold all of them. And
Oh,
so Daryl decides to stay behind, and Laurent and Carol and the pilot go take off. Well, Carol being Carol, and she flew all this way for Daryl. She ain't about to leave him behind. And luckily she did, because the plane wouldn't have took off if she jumped out and shot the person that was attempting to stop the plane. And so the season ends with Daryl and Carol on their way back to trying to find their way back to America. And I think the third season is going to take place in Spain. But it kind of ends. The last episode ends with them going to a tunnel, a tunnel from I think France to England or something like
Ooh.
that. And let me tell you, you talking about wild. Like I've talked about how they get super creative with these walkers, right? And they're still doing different things. Like they had acid put into some of these, and they exploded, and like that stuff's crazy. But then at the very end scene of this last season, or last episode in the season, was they're going through this tunnel, and there was everything was kind of like was it bioluminescence that was growing and lightening up, so it's kind of like glowing with walkers.
mm-hmm.
And there's also a lot of bats in there. Well, the fecal matter from the bats make them start hallucinating. And one thing you see through the seasons, Carol, which we see the death of Carol's daughter from season 1 or 2 from the very Walking Dead, and she's still struggling actually with that. She starts hallucinating seeing her daughter. What was really cool is you get a closure for Carol. I think a closure for the struggle that she's really dealt with the death of her daughter in this, and then you also get the closure of who Daryl's love interest was in the past 2 seasons of this as well, and you get both of their closures, and them ended up walking on and continuing their journey, and it ends there. But the bioluminescence of these walkers and different things growing in this dark tunnel, it's visually appealing and it's crazy looking, but it's so cool because like something that's never been brought to screen before. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of season 2, and like I'm so pumped and ready for 3. Like I really was hoping that they would have made it back to America in this. I don't. I hope they don't go too long stretching out this journey back to America,
Mhm.
but we'll see. She said, "Has the show been stronger than Walking Dead? I lost interest so hard with The Walking Dead every time I've tried to watch it." Yeah. So I'm not. I'm probably the wrong person to talk about this. I love The Walking Dead, and it was one of my first things I started cosplaying as was building prosthetics for walkers and stuff. And I absolutely love. I've been a zombie nut since a kid. Uh, The Walking Dead, I can see where it did drift off slowly. And they've had so many spin-offs. Like the Fear of the Walking Dead, I've never watched all of it. I caught it really caught no interest for me. But I tell you what, like Daryl Dixon, I don't know, having such a strong Carol and Daryl having such a strong basis of these characters and them having their own spinoff. This spinoff has been super strong. And what's really cool is you actually get a lot of subtitles in this taking place in France because they actually have a lot of French actors in this, and they're straight speaking French in this. So you have to read the French subtitles. They're not, trying to Americanize it a lot. It seems very, very real, and so I
Mhm.
thought that was really cool. But it's definitely worth the watch, even if you got fatigued from the original Walking Dead. It's definitely worth a shot. So,
Can you watch the Book of Carol without watching The Walking Dead?
uh, yeah, you don't have to. I mean, if you've watched the first few seasons of The Walking Dead, you kind of already know that bond between Carol and Daryl. And like,
Mhm.
if you watch all of the seasons, you just see that bond just always strengthen because you get to see different scenarios they've been through together. But not
Yeah.
necessarily. Really, you could really watch. If you've seen 3 or 4 seasons of The Walking Dead, you could be perfectly fine going into watching this because
Okay.
there's not that much. This is really just around the basis of Daryl trying to get back to America and Carol going to save Daryl. I mean, so
Yeah.
other than that, it's all new characters over in France, and
Mm.
it has no tie-ins at all to any story prior to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, Kately's in the comments. Yo, what up,
What's
Kately?
going on,
Hey, what's
Kelvin?
up? But yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's it's good, solid. It's a solid spinoff.
Awesome. So Deontay, the next thing, actually, real quick before we talk about that, they are fast tracking the season 3 of Book of Carol,
Are they?
and they have a rumor of it coming out in 2025, like in the middle of
Oh,
2025.
nice.
So they are like fast tracking it to get that
And
next season
they're
apparently
also
going.
coming out with a season 2 of Dead City, which is based on Negan and oh my god, I am drawing a blank. I cannot believe I'm doing this. Glenn's wife, Maggie. So the first season of that, I'm telling you right now, that was a solid series spinoff.
Mm,
And so like some of these most solid spinoffs is actually with these OG characters that everybody loves. And they're working. They're working. So Negan and Maggie thing takes place in dead of New York and Manhattan area. So that if you have
yeah.
not seen that, definitely watch that.
Hell
Okay. All right, so Deontay, sorry. Cobra Kai,
yeah.
can you tell us a little bit about the season 6 part 2 since you finished all of that? And then I'll go into part 3 after you finish.
Yeah, you guys like don't mind spoilers. If anybody in the comment section doesn't mind spoilers, I can stray away from some of them. But
Okay.
uh, the final season, part 2 is off to a great start. We picked up where we left off with part 1. The kids were training to get their roles assigned to them for the Tekai tournament,
Hmm.
and so Miguel. Sam Larusso, Bobby Keene, and all those guys are all going out to Barcelona, Spain for this tournament. They're
Barcelona.
Barcelona. Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
continue.
they they have some of like I can't remember. It's like 15 of the world's greatest dojos have showed up for this tournament to eliminate each other and take home the prize. So Cobra Kai shows up. Jonathan Kreese, who we all thought was in prison, broke out in the last season, and now he's basically the sensei for Cobra Kai.
Hmm.
With I can't remember his partner's name, but she's the granddaughter of Master Kim, and Master Kim is like the OG Cobra Kai guy, and they
Okay.
have like a whole team of just elite fighters that's like in their teenage years, and whoo, the amount of drama in this show has gotten crazy. Drama and violence is what Cobra Kai is known for,
Huh.
and of course, there's cheesy moments. I believe this was written by like a '90s, like early 2000s writer, and he's still stuck in that mode. And he just like, that's your sense of humor. All right,
Yeah.
it become a guilty pleasure for me at this point
Yeah.
because
Right.
it's like, all right, whoever smelt it dealt it type of jokes. It's like,
That's amazing.
Yeah, I know my son. He's hunting this weekend when this dropped out, and like he's texting me. He's like, "I'm ready to get back. I gotta watch it." He's obsessed with Cobra Kai.
It's so good. It's like I started the first episode of part 2, and I was just like, fuck it, and I just did all of them.
Yeah.
Nice.
I love that.
There's one or two recurring villains that one of them I can't name. He is a huge deal in the Karate Kid universe.
Okay.
He is back, and then you get to see Chosen again. Chosen, of course, he's drinking and getting into trouble at 24/7, and then Johnny Lawrence, who is Danny LaRusso's OG villain. Him and Danny have to work together to teach these Miyagi-Do kids how to win this tournament. And let me tell you, they are not off to a great start, but they're starting to pull it together and they're getting ready to fight for that first place title. And I think February is when they come back for the final part.
That's when part 3 comes out. It's February 13th.
Yeah, I'm
so the finale. This is it.
So I don't. So I'm gonna be honest with you. Cobra Kai is not my thing. I love the OG Karate Kid movies, but I just can't get into this. But I thought this was supposed to be like the last part. Was this part 2?
I heard a rumor that it was going to be like broken down into 3 parts. So
Okay.
I was like, all right. And then after watching it, now I know exactly why we have a part 3.
And this is their finale season, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So after this part 3 comes out, that's it for the series. But then we do have that movie with Jackie Chan and Danny LaRusso. Yeah.
Yes, I will watch
Ralph
that.
Macchio. Sorry. Yeah.
And I feel like there's gonna be like so much story in between the old ones in this series that I'm going to probably miss out on. But I'll watch the movie.
Yeah. I mean, I've watched pretty much all of Cobra Kai except for I think the last 2 seasons because it just felt repetitive to me. I did get into it for the first 2 seasons and I was like, oh, this is great because like it's super nostalgic to me. But like to actually finish it out, I guess I have to.
It's worth it.
So when's that movie supposed to come out? Do we remember? I don't either.
No, I don't think it has a. I don't think it has a date.
Gotcha.
I think it was just like kind of like a thing that they kind of announced this rumored. And there hasn't been.
Shrumored. I like that.
I do too.
I like that.
Y'all are fucking wild. Yeah.
So next rumor on that list is well, it's not rumor, it's confirmed. Lady Gaga is confirmed to be in season 2 of Wednesday.
Yep.
Hope they don't turn this into they gonna turn this into a musical too?
Don't Netflix, don't you fucking dare. Don't you fucking dare do that to them.
So Megan, real quick to answer your question, I was so let down by that fight. Like I thought the Tyson and Paul fight, like I think the fight prior to it with the 2 females was amazing, and that should have been the closer because that last fight was absolute dog shit. That's my thought on that.
Here's the thing with like real quick on that fight, real quick. Like so, me and Deontay ended up we didn't plan on timing out to watch it, but we walked into a place that just happened, it just came on, so we watched it, and then like I don't know if y'all seen like Paul talking. Is it Jake Paul or Logan Paul?
Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Jake.
So seeing Jake like
his brother's Logan.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't remember which one he was. So like you see him talking, he's like, yeah, I took it easy on him. And then I'm like, he's like out of respect. I'm like, bro, you're disrespecting him by saying that. Like either don't say it or I don't know. The whole thing was like, I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah, whenever
It
Tyson landed
was
a hit,
all about this. That's what
It
the whole
was
thing was
all
just about this.
Megan, that fight was Bologna.
Yeah,
Yes, it was the
Bologna.
Bologna.
actually, I would not even disgrace bologna with that fight. I love bologna.
You eating bologna? Oh no.
Yes. Hey,
Yeah.
I'll get my bologna cut a half-inch thick, fry it up, put it on a burger. Oh my
Throw
god,
some cheese
a
on
bologna
that.
A burger.
a bologna burger,
Yeah.
pepper
Oh
jack
my God.
cheese,
Throw
bacon.
some cheese on that bitch.
Yes.
Yes.
You don't even know.
No, girl.
Don't even know.
You don't even know.
Oh, also, you throw a whole thing of like a ring, like a ring of bologna in a smoker and do barbecued smoked bologna. Oh, yes. Yes.
I am like throwing up in my mouth right now. Like
This is
all
pure
of that does
Missouri shit.
not.
You think that, but you gotta try it. You
It's
come
Missouri shit.
as Missouri shit.
Yeah.
Y'all can keep that. I'll go ahead and go have some ramen.
Yeah, she said
It's cool.
the fight was rigged or whatever. All Paul's fights
Yeah.
are rigged. Yeah, and I love the joke that's going around that Jake Paul is now going to go fight 101-year-old Jimmy Carter next.
Oh my God.
Man.
Yeah. I don't know.
He's
But sexiest man of the year, John Krasinski. What do y'all think about that?
Yes.
Oh shit, my bad.
talking-
There we go. Sexiest man of the year, John Krasinski. Well deserved. Love this guy. Great actor, great writer, great director.
Yes.
And that's hashtag my Reed Richards. So
He is my Reed Richards.
that is
He
my Reed Richards. Like, don't
That's
get me wrong.
my Jim from The Office. It's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You say Jim?
Jim.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh man.
Sexiest man alive for 2024.
Yeah. I've
That's
thoroughly
crazy.
enjoyed the memes of Randall
Oh,
Park.
the memes
and
have
him.
been
Yeah.
wild. It's so good. It's so good. I'm
I
happy.
don't know.
I'm happy with how all this came out.
I don't know how John Krasinski beat Art the Clown, but okay, good choice, GQ magazine.
Oh yeah. I can tell you how I beat him. But anyways. Tay, you ready to cover us on gaming?
I would love to. All right. So, first thing we're going to talk about is Overwatch. So, Overwatch, there's Overwatch 1, now there's an Overwatch 2. They have something called Overwatch Classic that is now out, where you can play the original 21 heroes from Overwatch from now until the 2nd of December. It's a 6v6 type mode, and here you get to see pretty much some of the old characters that we don't really get to play as much anymore. So I'm really excited to see those being able to be played. I know that one of my friends from like Fox News, his name is Phoenix, or it was Eamon Phoenix on when I was playing with him, and he was playing it and he was just like, yeah, it's pretty great. So
Nice.
I miss playing with him. So the next thing we're going to talk about is Black Ops 6 and their massive, yet again, update for Season 1, which is 40 gigabytes. But as we know with Black Ops 6, this is kind of like their thing now for some reason. It's disgusting, but
I absolutely love your context that you put when you posted this on our page.
look. Bullshit. But like, so knowing that like this game is so large, doesn't even matter that it literally makes you reinstall the entire game. So you have to like uninstall it to reinstall it, or you just reinstall it, and if you have that much gigabytes on your PlayStation, which we all know they're not like that big.
Right.
I was talking about in the gaming haven that on Facebook, like I was talking about the fact that I like to have like at least 3 different games on my like PlayStation at once, because some days I don't want to play this. Like right now I'm really into Harry Potter Legacy, but some days I want to play Destiny with my husband, or some days I just want to go fuck around in Fallout 4. Like so those are all massive games.
But you know what they're doing here, right? They're in cahoots with PlayStation, and this is why they're trying to force everybody to get this new PlayStation with the bigger memory.
That and possibly even just get solid state drives. Like, you don't need to do that.
Yeah, true. That's true, actually.
So
The last
Tony with the
thing,
right decisions again.
yeah. But the last thing I want to talk about. Oh God, we're good. I'm great. This is great.
Fine. Everything's fine.
I'm thinking about the bologna. It's not great.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
No, but for real though, I just
Okay.
had to burp. It's fine. So Destiny 2, Revenant Act 2 is actually being released on the 19th. So we got a live stream as to what's going to be coming out on the 19th. So again, that's on Tuesday. So we're going to get a Tomb of Elders, which is the revamp of the Prison of Elders. So we're gonna get to see that. That was like the old Vanguard that we got to play, and in that we get to see the revamp of a submachine gun, the shotgun, and a pulse rifle as well.
Nice.
Something else that they talked about in this this live stream was that they're gonna do a Destiny 2 and Street Fighter crossover. Super dope. I love it. So that's your little ghost. They're gonna be like all different Street Fighters. They have like 4 of them, I think, at this point. But super cute. I love it.
the Chun-Li ghost.
Right? It's so great. And that was like my character that I played in Street Fighter. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, this is great. Because I was always about like playing the females because I was like, yeah, that's me.
Yeah,
I'm a
that's right.
female. Yeah.
Queen
I'm gonna fuck
shit.
them up. So Dawning 2024 is going to be from December 10th to the 31st, and we get this dragon look of the armor. So every character has their own armor, and that's just one of them. And then we also are going to get the LFR update of I totally forgot what the name is, but there's an update to one of the LFRs, linear fusion rifles. For those of you that don't know what an LFR is. So this is the exotic shotgun. It's Slayer's Fang, and it's going to be available during Act 3. So after Act 2 is done, you're going to have Act 3 come out at the beginning of like next year, and that's where that shotgun is going to be coming out. It's super beautiful. There's going to be a whole quest line for it. And I can't wait. I hate shotguns, but I want the shotgun just so I can play with it. So it can be like pow 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 pow, or like whoosh, whoosh, I guess rather. But anyway,
That's great.
yeah, dude. Like, so Destiny has like a bunch of things that they just released at their latest live stream, and I'm really happy that they're still coming out with new content and revamping old stuff to make it more relevant for their players, like Coil and Prison of Elders. That's now Tomb of Elders, because you can get into Prison of Elders and just go into the boss room and like nuke the fuck out of that boss, and it takes one round before he even goes into his second stand. And he's dead.
Nice.
So, but yeah, that's all the gaming news, y'all.
Heck yeah. So, yeah, this week, I guess that's about it for us. But we do have something going on tonight. So tonight we are actually interviewing a professional cosplaying couple, Seattle's Beauty and Superman Fit. You might have noticed them from being at the Marvel premieres. I don't know about anybody else, but we watched them the live that Marvel did for the Deadpool Wolverine premiere. And like they were all over that. They were the ones that came in as Deadpool Wolverine, and then they also cosplayed as the Heinz ketchup and mustard bottle.
Yeah.
But
It's
then I
super
think
awesome.
she was also at the Agatha premiere, and she cosplayed as Agatha. But yeah, they have a lot of cosplays they do. He also does Hawk. Wow, I'm drawing a blank. DC comic.
Oh, Hawkman.
Hawkman, yes,
Yeah.
Hawkman. Dude, his cosplay of Hawkman looks sick. Like he custom made his headpiece, and like I seen the stages he did it. It looks sick.
Yeah,
But,
he showed it to Aldous Hodge too at a red carpet premiere, and Aldous was like, "This looks exactly like the one I have at home."
Yeah, it looks like it came from the movie. I'm not even gonna lie. But yeah, we'll be interviewing them tonight, and we'll be dropping that episode on Tuesday. So stand by and look for that. But
yeah, but lots more exciting stuff coming out, man. Like we just have so much to come from Fundamentals. We are going to be taking a 2-week break at the end of December, but until then,
well,
we
actually,
are
I think
jam packed.
2.5, 3 weeks. So we'll do episodes in the
Yes.
first 2 weeks of December, but then the
Mhm.
last 3 Sundays, we're taking a break, spending time
Yes.
with family, kind of recouping from the year, and starting off hot and strong first week in January. We have some great collaborations coming up. One we've already announced. We'll mention again is we're collaborating with Vigilante Vibes podcast, and starting in January, we're going to do a rewatch of Stranger Things. Getting ready for Stranger Things season finale, season 5.
Mhm.
Also, not this week, but next week, we have another celebrity interview that is probably our biggest celebrity yet we've interviewed that's
Mhm.
done a lot of things in the Marvel and DC world. Stand by for an announcement of that. And as we mentioned earlier in the episode, December 8th, we're going to have guest Richard Nebbins on. From the direct. He's actually not going to be doing an interview. He's going to join us on just a regular pod of discussing rumors and news. The direct
Yeah.
is one of our biggest sources we pull from. It's like our top 3 sources we pull from. And
Yeah.
we figured who else is better to talk news and rumors than the source themselves. So looking
So
forward to
excited.
that. Yes.
So
But
excited.
that's
And
this week
next,
for. Oh, go ahead.
and next Sunday's con spotlight will be Fan
That's right.
Expo New Orleans. So be on
Mm,
the lookout for that info.
that's one I wish I could make.
Yes.
New Orleans, I think, would be a blast.
Nowlands.
Yeah. But yep, guess that's it for us this week, and we'll catch everybody later.
Peace.